A big greeting to everyone and welcome to a new video. Today, we are going to finalize this series of videos, talking about the instruction, El Torah, during these videos, in which I shared with you some of the teachings that exist in El Torah, and of which there were specifically 10 such videos. I had promised to teach you how to pronounce the prayer Duar, Abba Yahuwah Eloah, in Hebrew. And given that what is promised is a debt, in this video we are going to take care of teaching prayer in Hebrew. I ask everyone to subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. Activate all notifications, share the video and leave a like and a comment. This helps the video reach many more people. In advance I send you a big hug to all. Now yes, let's start with the video. The first thing we are going to do is to learn the pronunciation of some words in Hebrew. I will be leaving some images while I pronounce them, and at the end of this learning we will do the prayer. Very well, let's begin.
Ab, Father. Abba, Dad. Abba Eloah, Father Creator. Ahava, Love. Ben, Son. Baruch, Blessed. Brit, Covenant. Brit Milah, Circumcision Covenant. Brit Hadashah, Renewed Covenant. Dam, Blood. Elohei, my Creator. Elohai, dear Creator. Eloheinu, our Creator. Emet, Truth. Emunah, faithfulness. Echad, one or unit. Eretz, her. Hashamayim, the heaven. Haolam Haser, this world. Alleluia, exaltation to Yahuwah. Yamin, days. Kadosh, apart. Kadosh Kadoshim, apart from the more apart. Laila, night. Lev, heart. Ma'in, water. Makon, place. Melech, Kim. Miraim, Egypt. Mipaho, families. Miswat, precepts, commandment or mandates. Olam, word. Omein, in truth. Omein, Omein, in truth, in truth. In truth for the house of Shahudah, in truth for the house of Ephraim. Rosh, head. Rosh Kodesh, head of mom. Rahamain, compassionate. Shalom, peace. Shalom Aleichem, peace be with you. Shema, listen. Shema Yisrael, listen and obey Yisrael. Shem, name. Shemot, names. Toda Rabbah, thank. Yom, day. Yom Shabbat, day of rest.
Obviously, as in every language there are thousands of words more. However, the words that I have mentioned above will serve as learning. Something else I want to add is that the Hebrew, and especially Proto-Hebrew, is a language or tongue of its own that does not have blasphemies, neither in its writing nor in its pronunciation. This being the language original from the beginning, which was written in a pictographic way. The other languages are deformations of the Hebrew original, such as Greek, Latin or Aramaic. If you are wondering, and what happens with Proto-Sumerian? I believe, and this is my thinking, that the Proto-Sumerian is a language that was used by civilizations before humans, and that has nothing to do with man, which was rediscovered by the descendants of Cain, and used as a dialect by the ancient inhabitants of the southern part of Mesopotamia. Very well, with this clarified, let's move on to read the prayer that the Anointed of the Almighty, El Maryah, Yahushua, HaMashiach, gave to his Talmudim students, and that we can read in Matthew, Mattatyahu, 6, 9-13, and in Luke, Luca, 11, 2-4. Father Yahuwah, creator of the heavens and the earth, set apart is your name Yahuwah, Thy kingdom come, your will be done in heaven and on earth. Of our bread, grant us what is of the day, and forgive us our trespasses, as we also forgive those who trespass against us. Keep us from temptation, deliver us from the evil one. Because yours is the kingdom, the power, the honor forever and ever and in perpetuity. Amen. In Hebrew it says like this.
Aba Yahuwah, Mincha Shamayim Yod Ha'eres, Baruch Hu Hashem Kadosh Kadoshim Yahuwah, Boet Malhu Hareksoncha, Eyahi Ben Hashamayim Be'ez Ha'eres, Eknatan Alechem Shelanu Hayom Yom. Salach lanu et habrego shelanu kenyanu salachnu gam anaknu ele shepokim. Arhev oftanu mehapitui tesharer oftanu shelaresha kishe hahi hamalhu erua mingeura hatifere leolam baet. Amen.
To finish with the video and give an epic close to this series of videos in which I spoke of El Torah, the Tanakh, and the Brit Hadashah, I would like to make one last reflection. In these times where humanity has taken a course full of humiliations and degradation, letting itself be carried away by the bad and not the good. This time, into that, the homosexuality, the pederasty, the degeneration human, the perversity, the envy and greed, the hatred of others and murder are the order of the day. Where the mother's womb has become the anteroom of death, and where millions of children are not born and have not even been born, because man has decided that what is inside a mother's womb is no longer so important. And where constantly, we are being bombarded by the major media of propaganda and misinformation, with lies and deceit, to make us fall into sins with every step we take. It is very important to try to seek the truth. And the only truth that exists is El Torah, the instruction. Being this truth, the same anointed one of the Almighty, Yahuwah, that is to say, El Maria, Yahushua, HaMashiach, he himself said it, I am the way, the truth and life, no one reaches the Father if it is not through me. Times, like the one we are living in now, have also occurred throughout history, says Kohelet 1:9. Word Hebrew derived from the conjunction of two words, such as Cohen, chief minister, and Melech, king, which when put together mean speaker of the congregation or king of the town, and which were mistranslated as the word Ecclesiastes. Being that the word Ecclesiastes derives from an word Greek, ecclesia, which does not exist in the language Hebrew. But so that you can locate the chapter and verse in your scriptures, I have no choice but to use it here. Ecclesiastes, Kohelet 1:9. He tells us like this. What has been is what will be, what has been done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun. Here we can understand that everything that is happening has already happened in other times. And you know very well, how ended those towns and those nations following the path of perdition? Remember how ended Sodom and Gomorrah, or how ended the world in the time of Noah. Also remember, that from Sodom and Gomorrah only 3 people were left alive, and in the time of Noah, only 8 people were left alive. I don't know which path you will choose, what I do know, is that you have the instruction to take the right path. Afterwards, you will have no excuse before the Creator to say that He did not have the knowledge. Very well friends, this is where the video arrived. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. I send a big hug to all of you.